And we are live Wednesday nights. You know how we do it. 94 Feet of Life basketball for the people, by the people. Join the Facebook group. Like, comment, subscribe on the YouTube, share it. We are at the 2 week notice in the NCAA season. 2 weeks from this weekend coming up, we will be playing the first conference tournaments, which I believe is the OVC, the Missouri Valley, and the SEC women's tournament is actually played that weekend. We're gonna talk a little bit about the ladies, but fellas, we almost at our favorite time of the year.
Man,
Popcorn,
the sleepless nights, the
that
long,
too.
though that Thursday through Sunday block of nothing but just basketball. Sometimes, and when we're talking championship week, we're talking Tuesday through Sunday.
Listen,
And that's just the power conferences.
hey, my boy, Ham is a historian, love the game. One of my favorite things about this connection has been me saying, Ham, you gotta get this one bid league tourney thing a try. Cause Ham used to be like, nah, it's slaw. I ain't with it. I'm like, Ham, just just give it a go. And I haven't completely turned him on to it. But he at least will give it a shot.
Yeah, I tuned into the American East Championship, the semifinal, whatever. Anywhere where you can see the gym wall,
That was
not the arena, but the gym wall. And they got the banner, the conference banner, the sponsors, and all of that jazz. And you know that the drinks in that jazz like $1, popcorn like $1. You can
listen,
get a bag of Skittles for like 75 cents or something like that. With inflation, it might be $1 too, but that's the championship week feel, man.
when you playing in a gym with actual bleachers,
Yeah, you got
real
40.
live bleachers. Come on, man. It's the
the
best,
junk,
man.
the ones they got the flap on the end where you pull it out and you have to them them real ones, or the one you
Or
plug in, press the button and they come out.
They don't have a cleaning.
or
They have a custodian that keeps everything
Yes,
in order.
that's
or
my
you done
man, man.
watched
On my
or you
mother.
done watched the ACC tournament, the ACC title game. You done watched 10 title games on Saturday. And then you look at that thing and the Big West Championship come on at 11:59 p.m. Eastern. You like, I'll watch it. So shout out to that. So yeah, we are almost at that time of year, man. So we got to get y'all ready. So we just gonna do a quick spin around the Power Five, talk about the ladies. Hopefully, our main man, Coach Les, can join us with a mock hit. Fellas, I actually want to start in the Big 12 because they had two major injuries this week. Richie Saunders from BYU with the ACL, JT Toppin ACL, like both happened this week. And now you look at that thing, and Arizona has now lost two in a row for the first time in like a year. Uh, there's some. It's not so sure. That thing is kind of a little turned upside down a little bit.
Mhm.
Me and John Harden talk about this conference pretty much on a regular on 98.5 on the happy hour whenever we get to the basketball portion of that show. And he told me a while back, he said, I think the Big 12 may be the best. I was like, it's Big 10, Big 12, whatever. But I'm like, you know what? As we getting closer to the deadline, you might be right, Johnny. You know what I'm saying? Just for the standpoint of you got your Houston, you got Arizona. Even with the injury, you still got the lottery pick in AJ the Boston. You still got a solid Texas Tech team, even though they just lost my man JT Toppin. You still got the coaches in that joint. Bill Self, national champion, multiple times. Kelvin Sampson, long overdue for one. You still got
Yeah.
a lot of hitters, just in there, but not so much about it being top heavy, but those that are at the top, they got a heavy punch.
I think with that conference, Ham, you're looking at the opportunity for somebody like if you are a Baylor, an Oklahoma State, and you could say, man, we just can find some type of rhythm this last 2 weeks with Saunders going down and Toppin going down. Maybe there's an opportunity to get in. You get hot going to the conference tournament. Maybe you snatch a bid from somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Moving slightly to the southeast, I think when you talk about the SEC, we got two. We got a classic going on as we speak with Arkansas and Alabama. SEC, Trav, I'm gonna get your opinion on this. Not as it was dominant last year. I think they had like 11 or 12 teams made the tournament last year.
Mm-hmm.
14, actually.
Oh, well,
14.
excuse me, I went short of 14. It doesn't. It seems a little more even this year in the SEC. Like it's not the separation of like it's Florida versus everybody like it was last. Like to me, it was a great league.
Mm-hmm.
It was Florida versus everybody to me toward the end. This year, it don't seem that way.
It don't because as tough as this draft is going to be this year, we got some in the SEC, but it's not as many as what people may think. So it's spread around. So teams are kind of even. Like all of a sudden, we got Vanderbilt as a force.
Yeah.
We got we got Georgia that can sneak around and beat somebody. I mean, it's not as forceful as it was last year, but the SEC, they're going to get eight. They're going to get eight. That's for sure. 14 is a lot. That's majority of that whole conference. 16 teams in that conference. To get eight off in there still, that's still good. But it's not like you said, it's not Florida versus the field like we thought it was last year. But believe it or not, they still can hold ground and can put a monkey wrench in this tournament.
I think what the SEC has, they got two teams. Ooh, A cuff, good lord. They have that guy, and and when you look at an Arkansas team who right now tonight is 20. We sorry y'all, we kind of distracted. It's going to OT. Arkansas is a 20th ranked team. Arkansas one of them teams that could be about 4 or 3 on selection Sunday. And they got a guy. They have a guy who like he can get you through 3 weekends
Yes.
in A cuff, accompanied by Malik Thomas. But Ham, talk about you said Arkansas on one of your Facebook posts. You was like, hey, Arkansas got it. Go into a little more on that.
They got the ingredients to definitely, like you just mentioned, get to that third weekend of the bracket. We talking Final Four weekend in Indianapolis, April 4th through April 6th. And then those two that you mentioned, Acuff and Thomas, but then when you go around the horn with Richmond, Brazil, and the rest of the crew, it's like they got horses. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What's scary about them is that they got them kind of horses where you can ride and believe that they gonna get to Indianapolis, then they can get there clipped in the first weekend. But you look at them and you like, nah, they finna put the smoke and the heat on some people. You know what I'm saying? But they
Mm-hmm.
got a bunch of hoopers.
They
Just
got
to
a
just
bunch.
it, and then y'all know the blueprint at this time of year. Your guards on point, and y'all making free throws.
And what's the third one?
I'll let you carry the third one, Trav. I love it. Go ahead.
Don't turn the rock on.
There you
North
go.
Carolina Rock.
Check the rock.
Because your games like this one are going to be, especially that second, third weekend, your games are going to be decided by 1-2 possessions.
Yeah.
Turning the ball over. Can you get quality looks out of bounds play or out of a timeout?
Inbound the basketball. I was
And
just
we
about.
and we watched people last year at that tournament really struggle to get that ball inbound.
Mm-hmm.
Really,
Mm-hmm.
Houston Duke,
Yes,
Houston
Lord.
versus Duke, and
Oh.
couldn't
Yes,
get the
Lord.
ball inbound. Trav, give me a little bit on Kentucky. I don't know what to make of.
Shaky. Shaky. They are flat out shaky. Guard play, shaky. The only strong thing they got is Ortega Owen. That's the only strong thing Kentucky got right now. Can you ride him to somewhere far? Don't know. But you can't be shaky in the guard department. Aberdeen is a champion. He know how to do what he's supposed to do, but he wasn't on their end like that. Yeah, he
Mhm.
came in and spared some minutes, but we know who's the main dog in that fight. He in the league at Utah, Walter Clayton Jr.
Yeah.
But for
He ain't in Utah
Kentucky,
no more. He ain't in Utah
oh,
no
that's
more.
right. He got traded. He sure did. He's
Ham
in
said, "Oh,
he's
Ham said
in
that's my dude. That's my
Memphis.
guy now. Hold
He's
on
in
now."
Memphis. He said, don't do my guy like nah. Walter Clayton a bad boy, man. MOP last night. Well, he was just doomed. But overall though, Kentucky they gotta be tough at the guards. And they don't finish possessions on the defensive end at
Yeah.
all well.
Yeah.
It's too many offensive rebounds that the other team get against them.
I watched them against Tennessee and Florida, and that's
That's
the
what killed them.
that's the main problem. They don't,
Achilles heel.
you know, and again, it's different coach, but you remember when Calipari Kentucky teams. You talking about your Boogie Cousins, your Anthony Davis, your Kid Gilchrist, even guys like Patrick Patterson, Orton, like they were a great rebounding team. They were
Yes.
big Oscar.
Big
They
Oscar,
were great.
Sheetway.
They were great rebounding teams. This Kentucky team doesn't rebound.
They don't rebound well at all. I'm talking about they don't. And the things that we always see a Kentucky team do, this team doesn't do it
Yeah.
well. That's rebound and shoot the three ball. They do neither one of those at a high clip like they used to.
Now swinging over a little bit further to the north into the east, as our man Coach Les gets ready to join us, we got the ACC and the Caleb Wilson injury. Obviously, big impact. He's apparently going to be back before the conference tournament, which is good. But I will say this about North Carolina. And North Carolina is in a similar position to Tennessee's women team. You got to get this under control now before it gets too late. And I watched the North Carolina State UNC game this week. And Coach Les can speak on this because he's coached at high level and he knows what it's about. When the team starts to come apart and the team kind of shrinks back, NC State just basically told North Carolina, we taking your lunch money. Give me your lunch money, give me your chain, give me your wallet. For those who grew up in the 90s, give me that Charlotte Hornets pullover too.
And like Dr. Umar,
Give it to me.
and like Dr. Umar said, give me your grit money.
Give me your grit money. Give me your grit. Oh my God.
And so going in I think since that Duke win, I don't like what I've seen from North Carolina. I don't like it. Is you don't want to call people soft, but It's what Sam Cassell. What Sam Cassell called them the wine and cheese crowd.
Cheese crap. Yeah.
That's what it's been. So I am very dubious on North Carolina going to the tournament. But I tell you who I do like that conference, Virginia. It's not the Tony Bennett 58 points and we gonna Virginia guys got some stuff to it. So what y'all think in the ACC? Or is it has Duke put enough separation that it's kind of Duke versus the field?
Yes.
For the most part.
Yes. Yeah.
I think if my money is on it, it's Duke versus the field.
It's like a it's like a it's like a well it's like a how can I put this? I want to keep it PC as possible. Um I always look at the ACC like a very well appreciated lady. Top heavy.
Okay.
They know they
Mm-hmm.
real top heavy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Oh
Yeah,
my
That's the
that's
best way I
that's
can
good.
as I always look at the ACC like that. That's kind of that's
Yeah.
that's just my
Yeah.
take on the
Yeah.
ACC.
I think Duke has sort of separated himself. Um, I do like Virginia, NC State. I think now that this Caleb Wilson injury hit, it's I opened the door for like an SMU possibly to sort of make a move.
I hope
Um,
so. I want to see Boobie Miller
yeah, Booby
in the
Booby can play.
NCAA tournament.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Booby can play.
Chicago bias for sure. Chicago bias for sure.
Oh yeah, we allow it.
No, he can hoop. I don't care where he from. I can hoop.
Now we swing up north to the Big Ten, and we talk about who is the best conference in the country. I think it's the Big Ten. I think when you look at what they offer in the top half of that conference, when you talk Michigan, Michigan State, Illinois, a Wisconsin team that the last couple weeks has kind of found its footing. Purdue, let's try to get into a little bit the Big Ten.
Michigan old as a motherfucker, man. They like old for real. They like older than the Pistons damn near.
Yeah.
Which is kind of fitting because both having great success right now, but in a mirror of what we really just saw with college football with Indiana, they were old too. Average age of them dudes in Indiana was like 23. Pretty much kind of the same deal what we looking at with Michigan for the most part. They still got a couple of young bucks, but a veteran, as we know, grown main team and grown main teams who are left
Mhm.
standing this time of year after year after year. So why wouldn't they be? What are they, 25-1 now?
So, yeah, 24-1, 25-1, something like that. Yeah.
Overall number one in America. Why wouldn't they be? Well coached. They coach that's been to a Final Four with another program not too long ago. Just within
Yeah.
this recent time block in the calendar. So
Mm-hmm.
they're going in, they're gonna be your odds on favorite, but it's still some horses in the Big Ten, like you just mentioned. Like, we got bucket getters up in Champaign, that Keaton Wagler cat. We got the best pure point guard in America in East Lansing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jeremy Fears.
They got the one and the two. They got the two best pure point guards in the country both play in the Big Ten. And Fears won, Braden Smith too. And
then I ain't even got to the young buck out in Southern Cal, with the NBA pedigree, Mr. Arenas. Because we don't even think about USC being in the Big Ten. It ain't even registered with us yet.
It ain't sit. It ain't never gonna sit right with you, man. I can't lie to you. But to your point, though, you look at how UCLA has kind of unraveling a little bit. Nebraska has looked
Come back down to earth. Yeah.
kind of coming back to earth. USC with someone like an Elijah Arenas can get hot for 2 weeks. Play yourself into maybe get into the Big Ten semifinal. Maybe you get into the first four, and now you in there. So um, you're right. It's but the Big Ten is so tough. You took Michigan State tough. Iowa is still Iowa's still tough, despite losing guys.
You got to really go to Iowa and really fight the mud in football and in basketball. Because you gotta be able to score 55 in basketball and 17 in football.
Yeah, I was gonna put you in. I was gonna put you in the mud. Trav, we'll swing back to you. Any conference that you like, the people need to look out for.
Conference or players, or do it even matter?
Conference player, anybody.
Shoot, the highest jumping dude is in Michigan State because that's jumping out the gym like a whoop. They be putting on a show, man. Nobody, God, jumping dude, but Yaxel for Michigan, man, dude, a real freaking basketball. He's a good college basketball player. Right. I don't know if he's gonna pan out well in the pros, but his height, his strength, his size, he's dude hooping, man.
Yaxel is somebody, we're gonna get to Coach Leslie with the mock draft. Yaxel is somebody who I hope falls to a better team in the NBA. He's somebody that's not like we Sacramento, Brooklyn, and we trying to build this thing. We gonna build with Yaxel. But Yaxel on a contender is one of them dudes. He reminds me of like obviously a different position. But remember when like George Hill came to the Spurs, and he was like, he ain't the best dude, but he can help us today. That's who Yaxel reminds me of as a small forward. He may not ever be an all-star. But on a good team, he can come in and fill a spot immediately in that role.
Kind of like what Tayshaun was able to do when he came in with Detroit.
Tayshaun Prince with the Pistons is a great example. It's a great example. Just you come in and you solid right away. So with that being said, we're gonna bring Coach Lesson to the mix. This game might be going to a double overtime. March Madness is here.
I appreciate that too, fellas, because I had like 100 on both individual totals. So I'm winning money right now.
Hey, let's go to the pay window. Coach Les, 105 Hoops. The mock draft dropped across all platforms, Twitter, X. We're going to let you plug all of it, of course. But just give us a quick hit. Yes. We know it's going to be an ever-evolving thing over the course between now and draft night, but sort of the first observations on the mock draft now that it's dropped.
So, thank you guys for having me on. Also, thank you for spreading the word. It's been getting some pretty good feedback just early. Like I said, I don't expect to be Matt Babcock or Jonathan Cavoni right now.
Not yet.
But we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there sooner or later. But the big thing with the mock draft, and I took a different approach. A lot of people just get names and they put people who they think is best, and so I really took my time with this. Really took my time with it. Really took the time to look at these players, just get different opinions from people in the business. My own eyes, trusted a lot of my own eyes. Um, and it also helps me get a leg up just because, probably 60%, 60 to 70% of these dudes, I've either coached against, I've watched up close. So for me, doing this is something stepping outside of my own, uh, just something I've always talked about. So it's just kind of stepping outside of myself. And I want to pull up the mock draft, um, you know, so we can so everyone can see it. Want you guys to be able to see my screen and just can everyone see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in my mock draft, as you can see, um, you know, it gives a different approach. You have all these things, and I don't know if anyone's actually like just taking a look at the list, but for example, I'm going to use Darius Acuff. So when you click on the link, when you click on the name, a link pops up, and then a whole profile with as far as everything that has to do with Darius Acuff. So you can actually study it. So you actually have a good idea of who he is and just not just okay, he has 40 some points tonight and oh they say he's a top 10 pick. Like you can actually see, like, I give a very detailed
Hmm.
and analytical approach, just a player overview of who he is. And as you scroll down, you can actually see. And for those of you that don't understand analytics, which you know that's something that's always going to change and it's always going to be different. They come up with new metrics, it seems like every 2 or 3 months. So I did, give you an interpretation, just for the people that, in layman's term, or just people that are basketball people that may not understand it all. This is the interpretation is for you guys to understand, what these numbers mean. Because sometimes you can just see numbers and just be like, okay,
Right.
so when you get a chance to actually get into the mock, when you actually look at it and just not like, oh, why is he here? Like you can actually see who these guys are with the player comps. So this is just something I wanted to show, you guys. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen, but that's just an example of how how the mock is different from a lot of mocks you've may seen.
What was there any like one or two guys who like as you starting to put this together, like you got all the research, you got all the information that you were like, either that player currently, we know this is ever evolving, a guy who maybe is higher than you thought you were gonna put, or maybe a guy who was like, oh, I got him a little lower than I thought I was gonna have him.
I would say Kareem Lopez. Kareem Lopez is an 18-year-old uh also NBL player, originally from Mexico, 6'8", 220 archetype. I mean, he's probably going to be the most intriguing prospect in the draft because he has been on the international scene for this whole time. Right now, we see everyone in America. We see the AJ DeMasters, the Cam Boozers, Darren Peterson, Kingston Fleming. We're seeing all those guys. We don't see Kareem Lopez, but I would
Mhm.
advise you, if you get a chance, if you guys get a chance, just YouTube them, just look them up. If you have other ways to, look at film, and you can look at some NBL games, check them out. Kareem Lopez is one. I would say another prospect that I may, I may have him too low. Um, I may have him too low, and that's Braylon Mullins. I might have him too low.
Yeah.
But again, we'll see because we didn't see a lot of Braylon Mullins didn't play a lot early, so now he's just getting back on the scene. I remember seeing him a couple times when he was in high school. I've man, it's tough. And I don't want to like to throw I for those of you that may not know who he is, I'll just say he could be a conquerable. He has that kind of, and he can actually put it on the floor, and he can do a lot of things. So that's somebody that, as we get into March, that I'll be taking another look at and can, some more comparisons. So yeah, I definitely, those two guys stick out because I I don't think enough people have seen them. So those two right there for sure.
So look, we gonna have, over the course of now through the draft day, Les is gonna come back, if not every week, every other week with updates on his mock, things to look for. So we appreciate him on here. And definitely, so 105 hoops on here. Matter of fact, I'll let you plug it. Plug all your
Hey,
socials.
great. 105 underscore hoops on Instagram, 105 hoops on X, formerly known as Twitter. 105 hoops on Substack. If you guys are in the Substack, and they're not paying me for this, but they probably should. If someone out there in
Oh, they they
Substack
they
land
going
is
to they
watching,
going they going
uh,
yeah.
They're about to start.
Yeah,
They about to
yeah.
Sub
You
It's
better get that.
Substack Substack is a good platform for many things, not just just not looking for 105 hoops, but Substack is a platform, a great informational networking source for all walks of life. So I appreciate all the support. Also be on the lookout March 1st. There will be a top 100 big board of all draft prospects. I
Come
talked
on,
myself into doing
man.
75. I talked myself into doing 75. I said, you know what? Now we're just gonna do 100. We're
Why
gonna
don't you
put a
do
list and put a list of
105
the.
for 105 hoops?
You
Am
know
I, am
what?
I asking too much?
Hey, you know what? We do 105
There
because
you
I
go.
I I put it like this. These guys know it's a lot in the vault. It's a lot in the vault. It's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of work that's already been done. Y'all just seeing you know,
Yeah.
y'all just not seeing the product. It's a lot of
Look,
work out here being
look,
done. Also, if there are any questions about any players, anything, feel free to reach out. I'm not saying I'm the end all be all, but I do know what I know, and I I I know a lot.
I,
I'll
I,
say
I tell the
that.
people,
I'm
I
very
tell the
much.
people like this, and Ham and Trav, we got our group chat or whatever. I get up for work 7 o'clock in the morning here in Atlanta, so that's 6 p.m., 6 a.m. for where Les is at, and I have definitely woken up to files in my inbox at strange hours of the night or strange hours of the morning. So this is real live work. When we
Mm.
say this is not just a bunch of dudes talking, we mean it. And Les is proof of what we talk about. This is not just people just
Yes.
talking.
And 94 feet of life, as I put it to you like this. 94 feet of life has been a part of anything that I've done. Um, and I was a high school coach, a head high school coach when I first linked up with 94. And now I'm doing some other things right now. And they've been there every step, every move. 94 feet of life have literally been with me across the country.
Yeah, literally.
Across the
Literally.
country. So
When
across the
y'all watch
country.
this back, when we talk about them one big conference tournaments and watch them things at 11 o'clock at night, and that was the four of us during
we them.
during the peak of COVID 2021. We just up for no reason watching New Mexico State versus whoever
Yes,
for
sir.
no reason. Shout out Texas Corpus Christi with the men's league
What the
uniforms. We were
what
on that.
the with the AAU mixtures.
So look, we gonna round this up. Hey, this weekend, this is a Final Four preview this weekend. Michigan Duke, Houston, Arizona. Get your errands done. Get your Saturday errands done early. Take your significant other to a nice dinner on Friday night because you need to be in the house Saturday night. I told Les this, I tell the world this now. If these 4 teams get put in separate brackets on Selection Sunday, this is my Final Four pick. These 4 this weekend, if they in separate brackets. So that's your homework, man. Get involved. We gonna sit here and watch this second overtime real quick.
Man, what you said?
Trav in the building. Ham Sports 56 on your app, on your YouTube. If you in Memphis in the car. What is it on? Is it an FM on the FM radio in Memphis too?
98.5 FM.
98.5.
98.5 FM if you in the car in Memphis.
We
So
rocking that
listen,
the happy hour is really where it's at from 11 to 1 on the central end, but we get a little grimy sometimes. It's from 7 to 10 with the OGs. Sports 56 mornings with Greg and Eli. So we have a little fun over there too. I jump in they basketball conversations just because I have to.
you gotta get them straight, man. You gotta get them straight. So listen, basketball for the people, by the people. We back here next Wednesday as always, 9 Eastern, 8 Central. Les, Ham, Trav, Ron. Basketball for the people, by the people. Signing out.
It's on you there, 105 Hoops.
I gotta end it.
Yes, sir. Hit that live button.
I got stuck.
Hit the live button
Where
on
is
the
it?
top left corner.
Oh, y'all can do the bonus right now?
No, we ain't gonna do the bonus right now. I mean, if we want to do it, you go ahead. But
No, what are y'all about to do? If y'all about to do something, let me get off camera.
No, it says host content of this meeting being sent to YouTube.
Oh, it ain't saying off. Hold on. God, we giving the people a little bit extra.
Okay, I hop off there.
Because it ain't showing
No,
on
we
my
did. I
end.
screen shared.
Yeah. So
should I just end it?
just end it. See y'all folks later, man.